Madam.
Hello everyone, present here virtually. I am Rutuja here and I welcome you all for today's session, which is titled as Rights of Children in Indian Context. And presenting this session, we have with us our today's expert, Dr. Venkata Chalam. Dr. Venkatachalam is a MA, MPhil and PhD in sociology. He has 26-year teaching experience in three universities as Acharya Nagarjuna University, Andhra Pradesh, Bharatidasan University, and Periyar University in Tamil Nadu. Currently, mentor professor at Bharatiya University, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. He has handled the research project funded by UNSCEF, WHO, Swedish International Development Agency, Tamil Nadu, Rights Control Society, ICSSR, and UGC. He is expert in human development report and perspective plans. He has delivered more than 200 important addresses as intern, keynote, valedictory, plenary, etc. Member in many professional associations, including International Society on Early Intervention, Center of Human Development and Disability, Universities of Washington, USA. He organized 25 academic programs, including 2 international. Sir, you may start now.
Okay, thank you, madam. Thanks a lot for inviting me once again to the important address. So, our sincere and heartfelt thanks to the research circle, which is a keen interest showing on the several issues which is having the social ramifications. And in this context, today topic of my webinar addresses rights of the children from Indian context. Across the world, the rights of the children is applicable to each and every continent, every country, even a small place. But how the Indian context is should be visualized and how it is to be dealt is a major issue. So I have chosen the topic with the permission of the research circle. They have given an opportunity to share me some of the thought-provoking ideas. So objectives of my webinar in 5: childhood and its importance, rights of the children, problems of the children across the world, rights in India, and concluding remarks. So child is a very important aspect of research for the not only for the social sciences, including sociology, psychology, public administration, political science, and many more subjects. And beyond that, even medical field also studying about the importance of children, how many children are born with the proper weight, height, and all the things. How this childhood is to be visualized, an important phase in the human life journey. Childhood, without any second thought, is an important life journey, human's life journey. We start from childhood, then the developed child will go to the adolescent period, then adulthood, along to the about the elderly. Elderly consists of early elderly, 60 to 70, young, 70 to 80, old, 80 and above, oldest. So all this a healthy life, a child should be very important place in human life journey. Childhood is being considered as a sapling, comparable to sapling, which requires sunlight, shadow, water, etc. Say a small sapling, it should get proper sunlight, proper shadow, and proper water, etc. If too much of sunlight, the sapling cannot grow as desirable or expected. Too much shadow also again problem. It will not grow as expected. And too much of water pouring on the sapling also, the sapling cannot be emerged as a desirable. Similarly, childhood also requires love, care, affection, education, recreation, and even happy childhood. So childhood is comparable with the small sapling, which requires love, care, affection, education, recreation, and happy child. Too much of love also, a child cannot be understood beyond the love. What are other things are there? Too much of care also, care is required, but too much of care also, children cannot understand when they grow what is important. Too much of affection are positive. Education is required. Education can understand the world. Education can help is a important parameter to take the decisions in proper time, and it will help the children will scientifically understand the world. Recreation also children require. Put together, happy child is very important at this juncture because many children, even industrial nations, are so free. Happy child is somewhere is missing. Yeah. Childhood consists of curiosity, emotions, and learning skills. Because curiosity is an important parameter. Okay? When the innocence is there, child will understand. But innocence allows the child to learn new things. The innocence disappears. Child cannot understand what is the important part. Innocence allows the children to learn many important dimensions of life because not only education, not only other things, but the children should, until innocence is there, children can learn open horizons, the mind will be open, and a lot of information will be nurtured, and the child, yeah, different type of things. Childhood, childhood should be nurtured by what is good and what is bad. Because the balancing is very, very important for the children are concerned. Because children not only to understand what is good and what is bad. It is a dichotomy is long ago. Yeah, magazine was appeared in the area 1980 to 1980. Later on, the Mirror Journal was is not there. Using. When I was going through the magazine, it appears several 15 characteristics for the dichotomy. Only selected things I have taken. The children should be given importance to happiness, and children should not be learn only happiness. What are the importance of happiness? But children must know happiness, how the happiest child can deliver the best. But children must know the sorrow also. Sorrow means children can balance it. When the children go to adulthood, it will balance happiness and the sorrow also children must know. Exploitation and appreciation. Appreciation should come from all corners. When a small things a child is done very nicely in the classroom and in any kind of over. But exploitation of child was aware because it is the today's world is going from simple to complex. In this context, children must aware what is how it is being exploited and how should be escaped from the kind of exploitation. Poverty and prosperity. Poverty is a very important aspect. Children must know what is the scarcity of income. Children must know how to adjust to the existing family environment. When poverty is there, children must understand what is the precious income and how it should not be disturbed parents. And the children should understand the family concept, what we call socialization process. So poverty should be nurtured in the children's minds. Prosperity. Children must aware what is a prosperity, what is a will. Without these things, children cannot grow. Love and age. Children must know the What is the relevance of love? What is the relevance of a cat? What is the parental love? What is the primary group love? What is the love of the teachers? And all things a children must aware. And children must know the word hate. This is also very important. It's a dichotomy. Happiness is how the happiness develop and how should be avoided through the love and care. So balancingly, this is understood by the Chinese proverb rightly says that ruling the nation is easier than bringing up the child because every child is a very important aspect in the every family. And realizing the things, many proverbs are there, but this webinar, the Chinese proverb appropriately has been used by the Chinese because even a country can rule, but bring up the children as desirable is a very difficult task. In this context, only what we call is exclusion or child caring practices is a very important aspect because some of the families are having nuclear, basically, some families are joint, some families are living in cosmopolitan cities, some families are living in cities, some families are living in the mega cities, some families are living in the typical rural areas, some families are living in the isolated rural areas. But everywhere, children should be learned different type of things because family is the basic institution, social institution. It can nurture what is important aspect for child because every institution is expecting something from the family. The families can create a technocrats, family can develop scientists, family can develop bureaucrats, family can develop ministers, and so on. Several researchers and all the things. The same family may not be in a position to develop their children, and the children can become the antisocial elements. The important task is missing. In this context, only it is being called Herculean task. My second objective of the webinar is rights of the child. The human rights are nature rights. Every individual, every human being is rights. Rights is endless. There are rights to religion, rights to food, right to shelter, rights to follow any kind of practice, food, whatnot. Everything is being called as the naturally human beings require rights. Because rights are somebody is not giving, but rights are naturally human beings are required. And rights should be achieved, rights should be taken into consideration. The modern world, this is a world could understand that every human being needs the rights to follow it. Because several things are each and every country have their own way of life, own method of governance and all the things. But in spite of all the things, a minimum requirement is required to develop. Cut to UNICEF, there are four basic rights for every child. It came into existence in the year 1989 and the program of action called POE in the year 1992. Earlier, there are several rights which was unclassified. All the rights have been discussed, but not in the proper forum and all. But it is being discussed from various levels. But UNICEF has done a wonderful job, and across the world they studied properly. They did the scientific research and they classified all the rights into four categories. It is being considered as a cornerstone of child development because many treaties before the Convention of Rights of the Children came, but almost all the countries signed is the Convention of Rights of the CRC in the year 1989, and for the implementation parties 1992. The four rights are being called as the survival rights, developmental rights, protection rights, and participation rights. Survival rights, why survival rights is being much giving importance is some of the countries wherever socio-economic background is very worsening or it is not in a proper direction, proper shape, you can find there is a gender inequality. The birth itself, there is a what we call sex ratio during the childhood, 0 to 6 years itself the childhood, because there is a selective abortions are now and then take place. Somewhere poor families going for the female infanticide, and others are doing the female foeticide, which reflects in the negative sex ratio. That is, every thousand children, thousand male, how many girl children are there? Survival is a basic problem for the select these things because the gender preference is there in many of the countries wherever poverty is playing a vital role. In this context only, this is index is being developed. Child inequality index. Child inequality index is it's children are more number of male children, less number of more number of male, less number of female. That will reflect in the mindset of the people. Survival rates is not that. It is not just happening, but the families themselves is protecting the males. They ignore the females. It is still it is happening, even though the survival rights being implemented since 1990. Development of rights. Almost all the disciplines are talking about the development of rights, particularly economics, political science, public administration, and all the disciplines are talking about development. Development, according to them, it is a development is the economic growth. Development in dimensions of economic prosperity, wealth of the nations, and so on. But sociologically speaking, development is freedom from the clutches. Freedom from the clutches. The development should be, it is implementing development should identifying the gap areas. The development should be prosperity should be given because no one should be underestimated. All the issues, all the prosperity should be given to the each and everyone. So in this context, development rights is not uniformly being distributed. Some of the countries, for example, so-called industrialized nations, children's prosperity, children growth is enormous because they have the several concepts while learning, while earning, and they are not purely depending upon the parents alone. Even they can earn, even they can choose what type of educations they need. Everything is being given properly. So developmental rights, the children should not feel that they have some kind of constraints are available because of the poverty issues. In this context only, several governments in state governments, in union governments, they try to use what are the basic things, food, shelter, and protection. And the children should not be stagnated. Children should not be dropped out from the schools because development starting from the childhood, it should be given properly. And no children should be in the home, no children should be taking care of the others, and the full freedom has been given to the children as a development. Protection rights. Protection is who will give the protection? Not only the governments, not only the state, not only with the local bodies, but protection should be given by the families, and the protection can be derived from, can be getting from the neighborhood, even other relatives, friends, and but today we can understand that across the world there is child abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse. The children are being abused for many things because of there is a parental care is missing, and the children are cannot find the who is good, who is bad. Even the very close relatives, very close friends of circle, they are problem for the protecting the rights of the children because very close relatives are going for the sexual abuse. Children, because innocence, children cannot understand what's it is. Fourth one is participation rights. Children should be participated in all positive aspects. The policy, the development of the method of planning in the family. They can participate in all aspects of it. But here, in many poor countries, in many poor areas, poverty is existence. The children are going to child labor. Child laborers are plenty. We do not know how many children are working. But the definitions are being given by UNICEF. In India, ORG, Operation Research Group, and the government of India, and many more organizations, non-governmental organizations are classifying the what type of child labor. Child work is acceptable. That's J.C. Kumarappa, after Indian Gandhian economist, he says that child work during childhood is a national gain, social good. Child labor is the social, even national based. What is the meaning is every children should learn from the adult, from the parents. It's a skills. A carpenter can share the knowledge with the children. A nation can share the knowledge with the children. Children will understand what is a kind of work because we are noting what we call human capital. Learning different things from different sources is very, very important. So that is the child work is acceptable, but the child labor is neglecting the studies, neglecting the recreation. And the children, instead of living in the children's world, along with the children, they are living with the adult. So they are sharing the adult, they're sharing the work, they're sharing the economic burden with adults. So which will affect the children. And the children cannot grow properly. So this concept only participation is a in the economic participation in the sharing the economic burden is another. So the four basic rights is countries to country differ. It is industrial nations are entirely. For example, in the industrial countries, problem for the children are care, love, and affection. Because there is a many of the families are dual career or dual earner families. There's American researchers, Rappaport, yeah, husband and wife. They developed research. Dual career families. Dual career family in the sense both are concentrating on the education, both are concentrating on the wealth of the family. But there is no problem, there is no proper care for the love of affection children. So children also going for the different type of things. So it's a problem in the problem for the industry. Problem for children across the world. What is IMR? Still we have there is a 17 sustainable development goals are talking about infant mortality of mortality rate. Before reaching first year, many children unable to celebrate first year of the birthday. Again, under some survived on the first year, and again the problem for the under 5 mortality. Children are unable to survive properly because of not only for the ignorance, not only for the it's not for biological reasons. The ignorance of another, the care given by the auxiliary nursing midwife or village health nurse, and reaching the primary health care. There is a major problem for the women, and it is reflecting on the death of the child. Malnutrition. Malnutrition, the undernutrition, the children are taking the enough food, but the food is the full stomach food, but the food is not useful or not. According to the UNICEF, it is invisible hunger. Malnutrition is being called the invisible hunger. So the children are living with hungry, but it is invisible. And the mothers think that this food is enough for the children. What are the importance for the children is completely missing. Parental care is almost missing in many parts of the world because there is a love, affection, care, and are missing very much in the industrial nations. Obesity. Sometimes the one side of the world we can see the children living with poverty, problem for the food, and some how to take the food because too much of food, too much of the food is not healthy for the child. That is also being taken into consideration. Materialist culture, materialistic culture. Culture is learned and shared by us. Not of culture. But the materialist culture world is because we are missing the value system for children. And the families today, the world is including India. It's a nuclear family system is being emerged. Giant family system is completely missing. Our giant family system is proportion is coming down heavily. So many of the families have become smallest nuclear families, which is the International Year of the Family was celebrated in the year 1994 by the UNO. UNO celebrates whichever institution is in trouble, whichever institution doldrums, they will celebrate International Year of the Family. So the new definition has come for the family is the smallest democracy in the heart of the society because family, I already told that all the institutions family is expecting something from the family. Family can only can create nurturing the good, nurturing the important aspects, and the children can become the positive aspects. Children can understand the world. Then rise of the children in India. There is a child labor, street children, juvenile delinquents. Child labor is we can understand that number of children are there in India as a child labor. Not only in India, but many parts of the country. But we do not know why the children are working. Sometimes say that economy says that it's because of poverty. But poverty alone is not the cause. Sometimes ignorance of the parents. Some research by our team and including myself. Child labor is because of culture, not only because of problem, but everywhere there is available for the family. When the adult is unable to earn the income, children are sharing. Child labor is creating inconveniences. We cannot expect the positive development. Right. Street children, the children are run away from the. Today there is a heavily came the proportion of the children is as a street children because of the advocacy, because of the governance, because of helpline numbers, and several agencies, non-governmental organizations are working, and even government is running the child observation homes because families have become the families have become nightmares for the children because illicit relationship and all the things which affect the children. Children feel that the state is far better than the family. There is a juvenile delinquents. Juvenile delinquency is one of the important things. Children are confident. The age cannot consider children as criminals, but the children are doing the something wrong, criminal activities. They do not know because of the age doesn't permit. So all these things are because related to the specific problems of the rights of the children in Indian context is because many countries may not have the child labor. Even England is have the child workers. But the child labor is here, I already told you. Labor is different from the work. Labor is work is labor is with the pain, work with the enjoyment. But today we are not having it. So in this context, Indian context, child rights is country to country differ. Developed nations' rights of the children are differ. And India is a very huge country. Different states, different cultures, different social affiliations, and we should understand specifically the Indian point of view because we have dubious distinctions of the children in India currently. Until 2059, according to the demographic, we can enjoy the population of the youth and the population of the children. That should be emerged as the important dimension because today's children will become the tomorrow's many aspects, important contributes to the society. So with this context, with these remarks, I conclude and once again I convey my regards and happiness and the chances given by the research circle to deliver the best by lectures once again through this webinar. Thanks for your passion. Thank you so much. Madam. Madam.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for this very informative.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, madam. Thank you once again. We will, madam. I will work along with you, but in future also. Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much for this very informative and demonstrative session. We will ask our participant to put your question in comment box. We will try to provide.
Okay.
We will try to provide the answer by Dr. Venkatachalam sir below the comment. I think no one has any questions, sir. Thank you so much, all the participants, for your active participation. Let me inform to all that this complete session will be available on our Business Rozgar YouTube channel. So if you want to watch it again or want to share it to somebody, please do visit Business Rozgar YouTube channel. Thank you. Last but not the least, thank you, Dr. Venkatachalam, sir, for taking out the time for session. With your permission, I would like to end today's session here. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.